going on, guys? Today I am going to be doing another I Play Your Way gameplay where you guys suggest classes and setups for me to use and I try and get a bit of gameplay with them and show you the best way to use them and the best way to play with them. Now today what we've been doing is we've been working on the Man-O-War. A lot of you guys have suggested this, not as a specific setup, just saying, oh, use the Man-O-War, give the Man-O-War a go. So I've actually made my own custom class setup for the Man-O-War and really giving this a go. And I tell you guys, this gun is OP. If you're struggling in Black Ops 3 and you really wanted to try and get a few more kills or get your score streaks quicker and try and get your kind of KD ratio up a little bit, this is the gun for you. This thing really is just actually the best gun for melting. I think possibly one of my favourite setups now. I did used to use it a lot, but I stopped for about a whole prestige using this, and then going back to it was hard, it was weird. It's definitely a certain type of playstyle with the Man-O-War, but once you get back into it, this thing is incredible. So, let's get straight into the setup, let's get straight into how I am running this. The first attachment on the Man-O-War is the reflex sight. As you can see, I find this really useful just for being accurate at distance, for poking your head round corners, and trying to pick targets off nice and cleanly. Definitely the reflex sight is useful. You can run the iron sights. Obviously, Black Ops 3 is pretty good for iron sights. A lot of the weapons are actually have pretty good iron sights, which helps you to be accurate, but I find reflex sights just that little bit more useful on here, so I definitely recommend running that. The next one is rapid fire. Now, I tell you guys, this is probably the most important out of all of them. The Man-O-War is an incredibly slow firing assault rifle. It is the slowest firing assault rifle, I think. And yeah, without rapid fire, it is really slow, and you definitely feel it. You definitely feel how much you're lagging behind guns like the ICR. Obviously, burst weapons like the M8 will just melt you if you're running this without rapid fire. So really got to run that. Even with rapid fire, it feels slightly slow firing, which may be a problem for some of you. Sometimes it might be a bit annoying because it seems too slow, but it's only a 2-shot kill when you're fairly close. So it does really pay off once you put rapid fire on there, and you can start picking up those kills a lot easier. The next one is fast mags. You see, I do use a lot of ammo in this. I find when you're trying to engage people at a distance and when you're trying to take people down, you're using a lot of bullets at a distance usually, or whether you're in a close gunfight, you're kind of spraying a little bit. So fast mags is just really useful, so you can reload quicker than the guy that you're in a gunfight with and just get those final 2 rounds into him and win that and get that kill. So fast mags is really useful, and that's another one that I like to run. You see, I'm trying to put my Cerberus down in here. Managed to pick that up fairly quick. Haven't died yet in this bit of gameplay, but I had to put it outside. It can't go quite inside in that bit. You see, I actually got on a mad kill streak with this at the start. I think it's a 14 to start off with. Almost died there. That guy was a little bit inaccurate, and that's where the reflex sight really does come into play. The next attachment, guys, and the final one for this is grip. That just helps you be accurate at a distance. As I was saying, this is actually surprisingly good close quarters. You win a lot of gunfights close quarters, but at a distance it just helps you to be a little bit more accurate, not have quite as much kick as the standard Man-O-War, and it just maybe helps you outplay people who are a little bit less inaccurate. So grip I find really useful, and I do run that with a lot of weapons just so I'm accurate and just so I don't spray around too much. You'll see the perks that I'm running for this class are my standard setup. These are just kind of the 3 perks that I really like to use, I think play really well, and I just don't really differ from them that much. Sometimes I throw in a few different things, but the 3 that I'm running today are Sixth Sense, Fast Hands, and Blast Suppressor. Unfortunately, I died there. You see that 14 and 1, the most annoying death. I should not have lost that gunfight, but I was pretty happy with the 14 kill streak to start off with. So Blast Suppressor is the first one that I say is just pretty much always useful, and definitely would recommend running it with most of your classes. Blast Suppressor just helps you not to be shown up on the minimap. You guys know this, that when you boost up, it goes with a little red ring around where you are, and it helps a lot of people find where you are, so definitely recommend running that. This gun is really good for flanking around the back and just kind of picking enemies off. If you play this tactically, this thing does melt, and you can get a lot of kills at once. I tell you, it's really good for picking off maybe a clump of 3 or 4 enemies. If you're just behind them or to the side of them, you can really quickly take them down because it's a very quick kill, this gun. So Blast Suppressor just helps you not to be noticed, and helps you to get around and go for those flanks, go for those kind of secretive little rushes around the back without being spotted. Sixth Sense, one that I do typically run a lot. I find it so useful just because it helps you know when people are above you, know when they're on the other side of the wall. It just makes you that tiny bit more aware. Even with awareness, you might be able to hear people, but not as well. Sixth Sense just goes crazy when someone's close to you, so it's quite useful. Like, oh, this person's behind me, or this person's above me, and you can kind of run in that direction to take them down, or be aware when they're about to take you. So it's really, really, really handy, and I'd recommend using it. A lot of people don't like it and think it's not worth it, but I really, really would say give it a go and see if it helps your playstyle. And then obviously fast hands, I do run a lot with this. You see I kind of rush around a lot. Fast hands helps you to bring that gun up a little bit quicker, helps you to take that enemy down nice and quickly after sprinting. So I run around a lot, and I just find that if you can pick your weapon up quicker after sprinting, you're going to win that gunfight against someone else. If they don't have fast hands on, you know, you're going to have a serious advantage over them. Then the final thing is concussion. I would say you can run pretty much anything. I hardly ever use the concussion in these gameplays, maybe a few times. I just don't. I maybe use it 2 or 3 times in a whole game, and that's maybe a bit of a waste. Maybe I should put something else on. Maybe I should put a lethal. But yeah, sometimes if you're pushing around a corner, a concussion's nice to have. It's handy. But I wouldn't say that one's really important. So that final slot is completely up to you guys. So the play style with this gun, as I've been saying, you really can rush. It's a great gun for kind of going for those flanks, rushing around the back and taking enemies down, but it's also incredibly good close quarters. So you really can fend off enemies with submachine guns in close quarters. If you're kind of accurate, that's one thing that does matter. If you're nice and accurate, you really can win those gunfights if you're in close quarters in a room or something. If you're accurate and you boost up and maybe you're a little bit, you know, nice and quick with how you react to these situations, you can take people down, and it is a very good gun in terms of performing when you're fighting people like that. Also though, incredibly, it's amazing at a distance, and the number of snipers that I've taken down with this is huge. This thing really is a competitor with the M8 when it comes to taking down long distance people. So if you're trying to engage target at a distance who is sniping you, this thing does melt. When snipers miss their first shot, or if you're nice and quick with getting those rounds into them, this thing just melts people using the Locus or the SVG. It's actually incredibly good. So it's just probably one of the best overall guns I've ever used in Black Ops. I tell you, once you get used to it, I'd give it a few games, start learning how the gun works, start getting used to it. But in terms of taking people down, you can take people down at a distance, you can win gunfights at close quarters, you're good at medium range. It's just an incredibly good gun, and it's really, really good. I can't recommend it anymore for you guys. So thank you for all of your suggestions to use this, to give this a go. I've absolutely loved it. I tell you, I've been having a bit of a hard time recently in Black Ops 3, trying to get decent gameplays, trying to get good content out for you guys. And I've been struggling. I have been dying a lot, but I picked this up. I was like, okay, you guys said Man of War, give this a go. And it is amazing. Honestly, definitely my type of gun. I'm going to be running this as one of my stock setups, and I may even have another gameplay for you guys using this exact setup for a commentary, or maybe a story time as well. So I've got loads of stuff coming, and it's absolutely awesome. Thank you for the suggestion again, guys. Absolutely awesome weapon. And if you are having trouble in Black Ops 3 like I was, definitely give this class setup a go. That's going to end this one up, guys. Thank you very much for listening and watching. If you did enjoy it, make sure to smash that like button and make sure to subscribe. If you are new around here, we've got loads more awesome content on the way, and everything is going awesomely at the moment. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.